Danielle, and this is Shatter Out Loud, a podcast where I share thoughts and TV commentary on shows I like to watch. Now, before I start, I want to ask that you go ahead and like, follow, share, and subscribe. And on YouTube, where I upload my companion episode of my podcast, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This way you can get a notification every time I post a new episode and you won't miss out. So welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Your presence is very much appreciated. So I watched, a few movies this weekend, and the original Hallmark movie, Romance to the Rescue. It is movie number 4 out of the 5 new made movies on Hallmark, or between Hallmark and Hallmark Movies and Mystery channels. Romance to the Rescue. I enjoyed it. It stars Andrea Brooks as Kira, Marcus Rosner as Kevin, and Nathan Witte as Trevor. And if you haven't seen this, I recommend it. It's a fun movie, and if you're a dog lover, I think you'll really enjoy the movie. So the synopsis is as follows. To impress a potential love interest, Kira enters her dog in an agility show. The problem is she has no dog, so she needs to find and train one, and quick. So Kira is energetic and ambitious. She has her life planned out, including finding the perfect partner who's gluten-free. She wants to minimize her disappointment in her life by controlling everything in her life, right? She has a list that motivates her in her steps to building her career. And oh, by the way, on that list, finding a good partner, not romantic at all, right? In the wording, it's last on her list. I like the concept of the movie. I thought it was appealing, especially when it involves super pups, right? Dogs. If you're an animal lover, I really think you'll like this. It has the rescue of a dog element, and then finding love is part of the process, right? Romance to the rescue. Get it? I like the wording in the title as well. I got a kick out of how Kira finds her way to adopting Sam, and how that was started from an elaborate lie. So I really like the story. I think in the movie we get a message on not being too rigid with life plans, right? Allowing room for things to change and adapting when things take a detour, right? Being agile. Also allowing love in, right? Both Kira and Kevin were each working from past experiences of heartbreak, and they were afraid of the possibilities of love, right? So I like that part of the story. So it was nice to see how that all worked out. I thought it was a good story. It was fun. It definitely had my heart, especially with the dogs, and Sam, the star. Specifically, right? All right, so let's talk about the performances. I thought we had the leads, which were Kira and Kevin, Andrea, and oh my God, I just said his name, Marcus, right? I thought they had really good chemistry. I like how much fun they looked like they were having with the scenes involving Sam, you know. They really were good together. I believed them in their roles. I like the best friend, Mark, right? We always need a champion in our life like Mark. He was a really good friend to Kira. The sister was a really good sister and had common sense and grounded Kevin, the character, I think. There were funny moments in the movie. For example, early on, we saw once Kira brought Sam home. Sam was alone for a few minutes when she was going off to work, and he destroyed the entire house. So that was funny. Kira trying to derive the name Sam from Sparky. That was weaved into that elaborate lie from the beginning when she claimed she had a dog named Sparky. So that was funny to watch. The swing set scene, I thought that was a little nostalgic, right? From our childhood, jumping off the swings. And I saw one of the directors, they tweeted, in shooting that shot, it was pretty hard, or it was challenging because not only are you outside and you're trying to get a scene with someone moving, right? But keeping it in focus and everything. So I thought they did a really good job at that. We had sentimental elements, of course, romance, right? When they glanced at each other during the agility training, we saw the sparks there. Asking about abandonment with her dad. I thought that was a really good scene. Again, Mark, his friendship, telling her to go for it. He was a very good friend. I love how Sam helped her discover her product and talent. And Sam being the dog, right? He didn't like the other treats, the competitor treats. He liked Kira's treats. So that got her to recognize, wow, I might have something here, right? I like Kira professing her love to Kevin. We see that in every Hallmark movie. It was touching. It wasn't too much. And I believed her in the moment. So that was really good. I thought they had a good kiss at the end as well. So I really like the timing of it. In the middle of the agility course with everyone watching and everything. It was kind of unplanned, you know. Well, not really unplanned, but more like unpredictable, right? So I like that part. And I love how energetic Mark was at the end as the announcer, right? He was so like into it. He was like cheering people on or getting the crowd to cheer people on. It's like he found his own hidden passion, right? As an announcer. It was great. I really liked this movie. I liked the story. I liked everything about it. There were a couple of moments where I'm like, you know, or what do I call them? I think last time I called them the I don't know moments. Something to that effect. When she had her list of wants for a partner, anytime people are pulling out lists of what they expect in a partner, I always like cringe when I see that or read the list. I know people in my life who have had a list like that, and it's good to have a bar, right? And an expectation or kind of an idea of what you want, right? What you're looking for and what is, you know, a deal breaker. It's important to have that. But the list of he has to be this, he has to be that. And the fact that he has to be gluten-free on her list. That was funny to me. But I'm like, what in the world? He has to be gluten-free. That was just odd to me. And then the huge misunderstanding, that was terrible. Of course, as Hallmark viewers in our movies that we watch, right, we have to get through that misunderstanding to get to the happy ending. This was no different. But I hate that they had to have that little misunderstanding. I really liked this movie. I thought the performances were really, really good. It was a really cute movie, and Sam was just as much as the star as the lead actors, right? By the way, I read online that the dog's real name is Nova. So Sam is Nova. Nova is Sam. And there's some pretty good shots that they have of Sam online. And if you're listening through this on my YouTube channel, then if you look up, I have pictures of Sam or Nova showing. So take a look at that. I like that Sam was very well trained, and I got a kick out of watching how his interest or Sam's interest was focused on the trainer in the background that we couldn't see, right? There were a couple of times in the movie where we saw Sam looking a certain direction because Sam wanted that treat. Or whoever was holding it, the trainer, the owner, was holding something that caught Sam's attention and kept Sam from going all around. So Sam sat there and like, I'm going to listen until you give me my treat. So it was funny watching that. We knew there was a trainer behind the scenes, right? Because he was just looking at it. It's also, that's similar to like when babies, like young kids, when they're when they're in movies, right? Sometimes we see the kid just look up in the air because they're looking at the boom mic. And it's just those moments that are so cute, right? So Sam was just looking at the trainer or whoever had that treat. Sam's like, I'm going to listen and I'm waiting for you to give me that treat. It was just adorable. I liked it. All right. If you watched the movie, what did you think? You have to let me know what you think in a comment below. And if you haven't watched it, I recommend that you look out for when it re-airs. It's going to come back for sure. tomorrow night, Sunday, right? Yeah, I'm taping this on Saturday night. But just look at the movie guide or the channel, Hallmark. If you go to their website, they'll show you how or tell you how often it'll air. But check it out and then come back and let me know what you think in a comment. All right. And that's all I have. So be sure to come back and give me a listen. I'd love for you to like, share, follow, and subscribe. And again, consider leaving me a comment. I'd appreciate that. All right. My name is Danielle, and you're listening to my podcast, Chatter Out Loud. Thank you so much for joining me. And as always, I appreciate your support. And that's all I have. Thanks again for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.